The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. His throw incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A 2nd down throw now for Kaiser. Flush to his right. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well. A 1st down throw for Kaiser. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Kaiser. He's got it. That's St. Brown, touchdown Packers. Equanimous St. Brown, his 1st touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 60 on. 42. Good track, good track.
A 1st carry now. This is Johnson. Johnson with a burst. A 1st down or more. And finally down at the 41-yard line. 1st down Detroit. 16 yards on the pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey.
2nd and 6. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go.
2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
47 is the mic. Cut. 47 is the mic, boy. 47. Check. 47. Out. Watch twins. Check.
He'll look to throw. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. Oh, good move. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Kaiser trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be
intercept the ball.
Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys who already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Rock it. Get it.
And they'll start the drive with Brian with Johnson. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
60 outlaw. Here we go. 261. Match box. Light. Watch the twins. Big dash. Snap.
Back to throw now on first down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Under 10. 10. 80 weapons. Wide, get wide. Spawn. No. Switch. Watch the end. Check 43. Five.
Now Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. From the 45 on 2nd down, Kaiser. He'll get this to Devlin, his fullback. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On 3rd down, Kaiser. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Looking to throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Break. Mike 42, check. Mike 42. Watch the screen. Pass. Ready.
Back to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down.
Ready? 60 or. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. 42's Mike. 42's Mike. Here we go, D. Now. Defense all day. All day. Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. I got it.
to throw now on first down.
Still do
It's
it.
intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there,
Man,
26 yards.
I'm just terrible, man.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
I'm done.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Kaiser. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Terrible.
Devontae Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. They don't go bamming it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Leo.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Randy Gregory just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Banjo. Mike 42. Switch up. I'll get it.
Back to throw here. And Klesher gets to him again. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, look 3. Stand. No, hey, Sam up. Yes.
They'll set up a throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now look at him go. as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
To throw again on second down. Kaiser. It's caught here by Adams. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Right here, right here. 47 for Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47.
Final play of the half. Kaiser. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's 2nd and 8. And he can't find a receiver.
Man, it's terrible.
They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He can't, man. He's not going to get me. 36. Switch.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What a halftime. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Jayon Brown. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Kaiser. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And they're
Wow, he
right
just watched it. That's so scam.
No cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Protein spill. Check by 47. So don't say nothing. Ready?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now the Lions give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Andy Gregory able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's the 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to settle them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Hey, let go. 42 to the mic, 42. 42 to the mic. We ain't giving up nothing today. Shit. Bravo. Hey.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
60 outlaw. Hey, box drop. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. I'm coming for you. You mine. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Go. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Check three. Watch the shift. Go. Watch the shift. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. He's going to go down.
My line is just so terrible.
Gary, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them.
Yes.
Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block
Oh,
those
man,
guys.
I just
They've given
can't
up a whole
do
lot of
shit.
sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
It'll be a
The line is
51
just
yard
terrible.
run that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Second and 5 now. Kaiser. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Play fake. Kaiser nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jayon Brown picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Kaiser is going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Check 52. Hey, Sue.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll complete this one to Fulgham. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the slide. Blue draw Parker. Check 13. Switch, look, squeeze.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check 9. Look at me. Go. Yo, go. Get it.
2nd and 3. Catch made by Fulgham. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Greystone, travel. 47's the mic. Here we go. Hard. Check out, bro. Hot. Watch twist. Hatch. And up.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
50, play. Check, 47. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Check now.
On second down now, it's Johnson, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
Ready. General West.
2nd and 13. And he's got it. The tight end, Amaro. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jesse James, his first touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here 1st and 10. On play action, Kaiser. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Stop your whining.
To throw, Kaiser. And that's complete to Adams. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now Kaiser. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Come on, set. 30 base. Topper, topper. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Bandit. Bandit. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47. Yep.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Come on.
This one's incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Oh, yeah. Hey, Alpha. Here we go again. Secret.
Looking to throw. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. And I'm going to keep firing.
Hurry.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Fair. Recon, 132 fighter. Look at me, zipper.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get to field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. To throw on 2nd and 6, Kaiser. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Go, AT Gator. Hey, Sam off. Watch the pass. Snap.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. This from 55 yards out. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away.
That drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. One final shot for Kaiser. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Lions, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew up.